Laurie Lawson Outdoor Education Center was kindly donated to the Northumberland Land Trust in 2006 by Dr. Mary Bedford Jones. This video will take you on a walk through this lovely property in the early spring. Come with us and discover many of the rare jewels found in this area at this special time, the yearly moment of reawakening.
If you walk through the woods, it's amazing how many places there's a crocus coming up this spring.
Actually, these are not native plants. Chipmunks found crocus bulbs on neighboring residential properties and carried them into the Laurie Lawson woods. But they adapt well and are now thriving in their new ecological niche. They show up predictably first thing every spring. The white trillium is familiar to everyone as Ontario's provincial flower. It is famous for growing in clumps. This is because white trillium seeds have a coating of sugar on them. Because of this, ants carry the seeds to their anthills to feed their larvae. When the sugar coat is gone, the ants dump the seeds on their trash heap, which is also where all the dead ants go.
The growth requirements for white trilliums, one of the limiting factors is phosphorus. It's kind of a neat interrelationship between the two.
So where you see clumps of white trillium, you will likely find ant nests nearby. The red trillium is different. It lives by its smell and color. In order to attract flies that will carry its pollen far and wide, the red trillium tries to resemble dead fish. The flies see and smell the resemblance and are easily attracted to it.
I had a really fun time with a kindergarten class a while ago. The kids were commenting on how wildflowers smelled really good, so the bees would come. And I said, oh, well, you have to go down and smell this one. And the kid got this look on his face like, oh my goodness, because it smells like dead fish.
Another flower found in the forest at this time of year is the bloodroot.
The reason it's called bloodroot is when you pick it, it has a red sap in it, and apparently was used by native people years ago as a dye and part of their makeup.
Here is a mayapple, sometimes called a mandrake. They come up looking a bit like an umbrella. Soon, two leaves develop with a flower in the middle. It's just coming up.
In this part of the world, they probably shouldn't be called mayapple because around July is when you actually get fruit off them. When we eat it, it tastes for all the world like the strawberry, not so much a strawberry, but strawberry flavoring on a candy.
This is one of the earliest spring wildflowers, the coltsfoot. They grow well in areas that have been disturbed.
One explanation for the name's coltsfoot is that where the colts, the young male horses, run, they tend to tear up the sod a bit. And where the sod's been torn up and disturbed, these coltsfoot will quickly emerge.
Here is a trout lily in blossom. It takes several years of buildup of nutrients in its bulb before it can flower. It is normally found in moist areas, under deciduous trees, where it will be visible now for about a month. It will be busy as it gathers its year's supply of energy from the sun before dying back in July. Here, by contrast, is a sensitive fern, so called because it dies quickly at first frost. It does not flower, but uses spores to propagate itself. These fertile fronds develop in April and May. The plant itself will do well all summer, but actually be most visible during the winter, when it will die back but still stick up through the snow. Vernal pools are another spring wonder. And in this case, the Laurie Lawson property is naturally endowed with a rare and unique variety of them. A vernal pond is a transient water pool that exists only during spring. The rich variety of life one can find in these little depressions is amazing. Many of the life forms we see simply dry up and go dormant over the summer and winter. Then they appear alive and well again the next spring, as if by magic. One of the most wondrous of these creatures are the fairy shrimp. The female shrimp will drop her eggs to the bottom of the pond when she dies. The next spring, they will burst open as new shrimp.
Turns out that when they do tests on it, if the pond only shows up once every 14 years, these can still maintain their life cycle.
This pill clam is a small crustacean or mollusk. There are a lot of them in this pool. Less attractive, perhaps, are the massive numbers of mosquito larvae that will hatch from these vernal pools. But there is a reason for these. They provide a vital source of food for other creatures living here in the forest.
There's also this little bundle of sticks over here, which is a caddisfly case.
The caddisflies look a little like moving bundles of sticks at this stage. They encase themselves in twigs as camouflage, helping them to hide from fish and other predators. Here is a lovely little wood frog. It is also a vernal pool resident.
On the far side of this pond, there are about 120 egg masses this spring. This has been a really good spring for these guys.
This is one of several gray tree frogs Mark has found in the Laurie Lawson forest. Sometimes they look greenish. American toads are also common in the area. All the vernal ponds on the Laurie Lawson property are actually a gift from the creek that flows through it. In earlier times, this creek had a different path. As the stream changed course through the years, it left its old bed and with it low spots or depressions. These depressions are now the site of many lovely and ecologically rich vernal pools. Some of these depressions are still a part of the stream, and during spring runoff they will flood. In such areas, the water slows down and drops nutrient-rich soil. This kind of area is perfect for ostrich fern, which grows in vase-shaped clumps. The Cobourg Creek was heavily damaged years ago by mills and by logging. More recently, the stream has been recovering, and the rainbow trout, once lost to this watercourse, are now starting to come back. Here we see one swimming upstream to spawn. It is a lovely and encouraging sight to see this gradual recovery. The Northumberland Land Trust is in the process of expanding its property holdings in the area. The goal is to preserve this and other ecologically rich niche areas within Northumberland County for future generations. The magnificent Laurie Lawson Nature Preserve offers a unique chance to educate and protect one beautiful forested area, home to a wide range of native species, both flora and fauna. Volunteer participation in our efforts by the local residents of Northumberland County and support from the many community organizations operating in our region is very welcome. The protection of this magnificent area should be thought of as a public gift, a gift to our children and to our children's children.